All right. We're looking at Mashiach Shai say in Matthew the 25th chapter, go there again. Verse 33, I believe it is. Matthew 25:33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand. So Mashiach Shai, when he come back to judge. But the goats on the left, right? He's separating all the nations. Verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations. All nations will be gathered before him. And he shall separate them one from another. So if it's okay to be integrated, why is he going to separate all the nations one from another? As a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. You see? So it says, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. He's going to set the sheep on the right hand, which we know that the sheep are the ones that he proclaimed in Matthew 15:24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Also, you can look at, go to Jeremiah 50:6. Jeremiah 50:6, defining the sheep that he's going to put on his right hand. My people have been lost sheep. So who's the Most High's people? My people have been lost sheep. My people, he said, right? Exodus 3:10. You get understanding through these precepts. Exodus 3:10. He said, my people have been lost sheep. Who is his people? Exodus 3:10. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people. Who's the Most High's people? The children of Israel out of Egypt. So all 12 tribes went into the Egyptian captivity for 80 years, you see? So he said, he telling Pharaoh that he's going to bring forth his people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Go and tell Moses. Moses, go and tell him that. You know, come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, Moses, that thou mayest bring forth my people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Going back to Jeremiah 50:6. My people have been lost sheep. See? Verse 17 of Jeremiah the 50th chapter. Israel is a scattered sheep. Okay? So the Israelites are the sheep that you're going to put on his right hand. And he said the goats on the left, right? So who are the goats? Daniel's 8:21. Daniel's 8:21. And the rough goat is the king of Grecia. And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king, who is Alexander the Greek. You can read about him in the first Maccabees in Apocrypha, 1 verse 1. The first over Greece. The king of the Greek Empire. The rough goat is the king of Grecia. And the great horn of power that is between his eyes is the first king, who is Alexander the Greek. Okay? So now, you see, he's saying, he gonna put the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left. And I say that it's not just talking about the Edomites or the so-called white people. It's talking about a mindset. Also, not only them, but the mindset of those that have been influenced, that are joined to them, the mindset that they have. That's why the Most High told us in Revelation 18:4. So like y'all bear with me. Revelation 18:4. He said, I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. Come out of the mindset of the lies and the false education and the false politics and the false philosophies and so forth. And the ideologies that have you not following the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Period. That's why he say, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins. her sins. How they say a man can be with a man, a woman can be with a woman. You can eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish, all the things that's abominable inside you. And he said, we're gonna make our abode in you, and you putting all these abominations inside your body. And he said he's inside there. Why people be sick and have all these different diseases and so forth when they get older. And don't be strong and healthy. So here it is. And sinning. Breaking the Most High's moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. Not even some of you don't even follow none of them. He says, and I heard another voice from heaven, Revelation 18:4, saying, come out of her, my people. Come out of the mindset. That's why I say them goats on the left side, I'm going to show you, is a mindset that you have disannulled the laws of the Most High to follow the way of the world, or your feelings, or your emotions, or however you deal it, to be able to be like them. It's okay. You can do whatever you want to do, as long as it feel good. Feel good, it's okay. So our people. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Hear that? You part of her sins, you can receive her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. That's why I told you, all the sinners of my people are going to die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not prevail or prevent us. Better understand, brothers and sisters, this is real. See, that's why I say come out of her. Come out of that mindset. So here it is. Isaiah 13. This food for thought. Isaiah 13 and 14. Isaiah 13 is talking about the Edomites. Look at Isaiah 13 and 1, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, son of Amoz, did said. You know, this is Babylon the Great. This is what it says in verse 14. And it shall be as the chased roe, gonna be as the chased deer, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. Ain't nobody gonna want to be bothered in this day. They shall every man turn to his own people. See? They shall every man turn to his own people. I mean, the Chinese gonna turn to the Chinese, Japanese to the Japanese, Arabs to the Arabs, so-called white people to the so-called white people, the Israelites to the Israelites, and East Indians to East Indians, and so forth and so on, Africans to Africans. And it shall be as a chased roe. They're gonna be as like a chased deer. And as a sheep that no man taketh up, and nobody want to be bothered with them this day, they shall every man turn to his own people. Hear that? Like I say, all these nations are going to turn to their own people and flee every one into his own land. They're going to flee into their own land. All of them that can get out of here, they getting them out of here. Listen, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, killed. Thrust through means they're going to be killed. And everyone, this is for all you that's want to keep that mindset. You want to stay in the mindset and be with them. This is what it's saying. Remember that we already went through enough scriptures to show you that, you know, and there's more. The Most High is not with interracial marriages. And this is not a hate thing at all. This is just dealing with the truth. Because we went through it. Nobody complained about us going to captivity, slavery, and bondage and all the things that happened to us. Raping the men and the boys and the girls and the women. In this captivity we've been in. And all kind of other heinous crimes. And horrific crimes and terror upon us. And nobody talk about that. Oh, get over it, they say. So this is the future. Verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Right? Everyone that's joined unto them shall fall by the sword. You join in the same mindset, first and foremost. Because we're supposed to be Israelites coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and rebuking all this evil and wicked world as we see these things going down. Because the Most High is not satisfied with this world. He hates this world. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished, raped. Children dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, meaning robbed, and their wives ravished. This is what's going to happen. And that's happened. It's going to happen. So, going back to Isaiah 25, I mean, it's just, when you look at how the Most High's word is, and he's fair, you know what I mean? He gives everybody an opportunity to do right. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. Haven't you been lied to enough? The Most High is not mocked. You're not going to mock the Most High. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Colossians 3:25. So what they sowed, that's what they're going to reap. Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of persons. Hear that? You've done wrong, you'll receive for the wrong which you have done. And for all you that say, it wasn't us, we know that the Most High chose the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is what he did to us. Ezekiel 21 and 1. Ezekiel 21 and 1. And the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face toward Jerusalem, and drop thy word toward the holy places, and prophesy against the land of Israel. So we are in the land of Israel, the Israelites. And say unto the land of Israel, thus said the Most High. Talk to the land, that's everybody that's on the land of the Israelites. Behold, I am against thee, and will draw forth my sword out of his sheath, and will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked. You hear that? You're going to cut off from us the righteous and the wicked. Seeing then that I will cut off from thee, from the land of Israel, the righteous and the wicked, most I have no respect of persons. Therefore shall my sword go forth out of his sheath against all flesh from the south to the north, that all flesh may know that I, the Most High, have drawn forth my sword out of his sheath. It shall not return any more. So look at Lamentations 5 and 7. We got to bring some clarity so that you know just what the Most High did. He took the righteous and the wicked of the Israelites. Those that were following the law, statutes, commandments still had to pay for what the wicked done. Lamentations 5 and 7. Our fathers have sinned. See, our forefathers sinned. They broke the laws of the Most High. They broke his rules and regulations. This is our forefathers. Because a lot of you say, oh, we didn't do it. But understand this and overstand this point. Our fathers have sinned. Our forefathers sinned. Remember, we just read the Most High took the righteous and the wicked into captivity, slavery, bondage. Our fathers have sinned and are not. They're not here. This is the chosen people of the Most High, the 12 tribes of Israel. And we have borne or carried their iniquities. See? We have carried their iniquities, their sins, their wickedness. We paid the price for what they done. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that does deliver us out of their hand. Because ain't no man going to redeem us from the condition that the Most High put us in until the Most High rise up. Until the Mashiach to rise up. That Israel can rise up and be forever and ever and ever ruling on this world. Listen, servants have ruled over us. These other nations supposed to be our servants. But no, we didn't follow the Most High, so he made them be over us. So I'm saying servants have ruled over us. So now, you look at Isaiah 14:21. Isaiah 14 and 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children. Why? For the iniquity of their fathers. Just like Our fathers have sinned and are not, they're not here, and we have carried or bear their iniquities. Same to them. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. That's it. For I will rise up against them, said the Most High of hosts. This is the Most High going to do. And cut off from Babylon, or from Babylon the Great, the name and the remnant and the son and nephew, said the Most High. See, so this is what judgment is about. But it's from the Most High. And it tells you the fearful thing that falls in the hands of the living power, so it's not necessarily dealing with we the people. It's about the Most High bringing this judgment about. Going back to Matthew 25th chapter. Matthew 25. And verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Say, come and inherit the kingdom prepared for us, the 12 tribes of Israel, from the foundation of the world. Look at that. That's deep. So the most, look at Second Ezra, the 7th chapter, and the 10th verse. Second Ezra 7 and 10. And I said, It is so, O Most High. Then said he unto me, Even so also is Israel's portion, the 12 tribes of Israel portion, because for their sakes I made the world. Hear that? For our sake he made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. When Adam ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, then was decreed the things that we see now, where everything became hard and difficult. Let's read about it. Then were the interests of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils, full of dangers, and very painful. For the interests of the elder world were wide and sure, because we was able to come into the world and have everlasting life, promise everlasting life. All we got to do is eat of the tree of life, and do what the Most High say do, and live forever. We were righteous. For the interests of the elder world were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit. How? Because we were able to eat of the tree of life, but once we ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, he put swords, put cherubims, them angels with them flying swords around the tree of life. So we couldn't live forever. We had to die. Because he told us, the day that you eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you're going to die. You ain't going to live a day. The day to the Most High is 1,000 years. And nobody lived a day in the eyes of the Most High. So that's our plight. So going back to Matthew 25, verse 34, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, 1/3, mind you, Come, ye blessed of my Father. Only ones blessed is the ones that keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world, and had a faith in the h.o.i. So this kingdom was prepared for us from the foundation of the world. So it's prepared. h.o.i. told us in St. John 14th chapter, he told us, we was here in the flesh, he told us this. He said, in verse 14:3, he said, verse 2, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. Right? So let's get some understanding about that place. He said he's going to go and prepare for us. Go back to 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, and verse 52. It says, for unto you is paradise open. The tree of life is planted. So the tree of life that's living forever is ready for us. The time to come is prepared. See that? The time to come, the future, is already prepared. He said, I'm going to prepare a place for you. Then Ezra is prophesying that it's prepared. Plenteousness is made ready. A city is built. That's New Jerusalem. You read about it in Revelations. And the rest is allowed. The rest is going to be allowed when we're in the kingdom and all the other nations are working for us. We're going to be the new IRS, Israelites Receiving Services. Instead of Internal Revenue Service, it's going to be Israelites Receiving Services. And rest is allowed. Yeah, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up from you. Weakness and the moth is hid from you. And corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Going to be cast into the lake of fire, as we read in Revelation, the 20th chapter. Sorrows are past, no more crying, no more sadness. And in the end is showed the treasure of immortality, living forever and ever and ever. That's what this is all about. No more, no less. That we can live forever and ever and ever. We have that opportunity to live forever and ever and ever. So, going back to Matthew, 25th chapter, and we're going to read verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, which are the goats, which is the mindset. That's what he said, come out of her, my people, that you receive not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High remembered her iniquity. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, which are the goats, which are the mindset of this world that we in now, full of pride and so forth. Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Hear that? Prepared for the devil and his angels. Those that's going to worship the devil. Those are his angels. Remember, the people that are angels, you still got people that's the people of the devil. Not only Israelites, but, so not only Edomites or the goats, but also Israel. Look, listen. First John 3 and 10. Talking to the Israelites. And this the children of and in this the children of the Most High are manifest. And this the children of the Most High are manifest, and the children of the devil. Understand this. The children of the Most High, and you got the children of the devil. Everything is a balance with the Most High. Up, down, in, out. Children of the Most High, children of the devil. The righteous and the wicked. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High. Neither he that loveth not his brother. So you the children of the devil. If you don't do righteousness, you don't want to keep the laws of the Most High, you don't do what's right, you are children of the devil. So you taught you ain't under the law, but you under mercy and grace, you a Gentile grafted in and don't know who you grafted in among. You got to speak in tongues, and nobody's interpreting, and you full of the Holy Ghost, and there's no word is ghost in the Hebrew. Holy Spirit. You got the spirit of a Mashiach to the power of the Most High. I don't think so, because if you did, then you would know that you were Israelite. You would know you got to repent and come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. His rules and regulations, you're going to be talking about you got to follow the law of the land, which you do. But the law of the land says it's okay for a man and a man to get married. Is that right? No, it's not right. Most High made Adam and Eve, not Eve and Eva. And Adam and Steve being together. No, you can't procreate if you a man with a man and a woman with a woman. He say populate the earth. You can't populate it. You wouldn't even be here. If your daddy got with another man and your mama got with another woman, you wouldn't even be here. It wouldn't even exist. That's just real talk. That's the truth. So you got the children of the devil That's Israelites. That's what my Sheikh Shai said to the Israelites in John 8:44. He said, "Ye are your father the devil." The devil. And lust of your father you would do. He was a murderer from the beginning, hating his brother. And abode not in the truth, not in the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, like some of you. Because there's no truth in him, because the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High is not in him. And my Sheikh Shai said, I'm the truth, he's not in you either. Because there's no truth in him. When he speaks of a lie, he speaks of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. There it is. So, that's very important to understand. So you don't have this mindset of the goats. A lot of you got the mindset of the goats, you following the same pattern. You look at it, if you study them, you're an analyst and you study them, you see our people be the same way, do the same thing. Jacob was a cool man. He was like, he chilled. He went all the time. He wasn't a wild man like the Edomites and the Arabs and so forth. These nations are wild. They wild. They don't have no foundation of the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's why the Most High gonna melt 2/3 of our people, the Israelites, and you're gonna take a remnant of these other nations, like you'll take 1/3 of us, which is the remnant of the Israelites, and you're gonna take a remnant of these other nations. So it behooves you to listen and learn of the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and follow what he says to do in his laws, statutes, commandments, his rules and regulations. If not, then you're going to be cast into the lake of fire, point blank. Ain't no hope for you. There's going to be a remnant of all the nations that's going to be going into captivity, slavery, and bondage. There's going to be our servants and our handmaids. He said when we have rest, go to Isaiah 14:1-3. So I don't like to make statements that can't prove it. Isaiah 14:1. For the Most High will have mercy, which is not getting something you deserve, on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel. He's going to choose the Israelites and set them in their own land. Remember, ain't no man going to save us. The Most High is going to do this. He's going to set us in our own land as a nation. This is who else going to be there. And the strangers shall be joined with them. These other nations going to be joined with us, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. They're going to be cleaving to the family of Jacob, to the house of Israel, the family of the Israelites. These other nations are going to be cleaving to us. Once you see the galactical battle in the sky, everybody going to be scared. And see that there ain't no more Army, Navy, and Marines, and Air Force. Ain't no police. Ain't nobody to protect you at all. You on your own. Under the power of the Most High, the Mashiach Shai, the holy angels, what you gonna see them do? Everybody gonna be frightened. Everybody gonna be scared. Even the remnant of Israel gonna be scared and give glory to the Most High. But we're gonna know him. And he gonna know of us. Most High will. Listen. And the people shall take them, verse 2, and bring them to their place. We're gonna take you, these other nations, and bring them to their place, where they gonna be at. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High for servants, as men slaves and handmaids, women slaves, men servants and women servants. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So with all this being said, and that's the end result. That's the end result right there. Powers and authority to the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua, and the Israelites. Change of the guards. Because you look at 2 Ezra 6-9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's what we're reading about here. Esau has to be ruling during the end of the world, and Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, going to rule right after they are taken out of power. Every kingdom had a certain dispensation of time to rule. And once this world that we're in now is dissolved, as it is written, then we the Israelites going to rule. Those that have been defiled with these other nations' women and so forth. They down with what the Most High says in His laws, statutes, commandments, and having faith in the Mashiach Yahushai. They the ones that's going to really be the ones that's going to be going into the kingdom, to rule with Mashiach Yahushai forever. So, now that we see end result, you need more proof. We're going to go to one more, Jeremiah 16 and 30. No, it's not that. 30 and 16. I got it wrong. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. And all thine adversaries, all our enemies, every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. The Most High let you know. Go right along with Isaiah 14 and 1 and 2. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, said the Most High, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, and Zion represents the 12 tribes of Israel, whom no man seeketh after. It's just going to be a marvelous work that the Most High going to do. So now, knowing all this and going back to the law, just in case you forgot, concerning interracial marriages, it's very important that we look at that, because if we looked at that, so you'll see, because we done covered a lot. We got to come back to what we're going to deal with by the time we go to Genesis 6 chapter. So Deuteronomy 7 and 3, he said, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. This is the other nations. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to give one more so you understand. It's not just these so-called Africans or Hamites. Go to First Ezra. (8 and 69). The nation of Israel, the princes, the priests and Levites, have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions. You know, pollutions is filthy and nasty. Air. And things that come down out of the sky that's filthy and nasty. Nor the pollutions of the Gentiles, to wit, of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, all these so-called Africans or Hamites, nations, and the Moabites, Chinese, Egyptians, Moab-Africans, Hamites, and Edomites. So talk about the so-called white people. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity. Rulers and great men have been partakers of this iniquity, this sin. And as soon as I had heard these things, I ripped my clothes and the holy garments, like we read in Ezra, and pulled off the hair from off my head and beard and sat me down very sad and very heavy, right? So, understand, Deuteronomy 7 and 3, this is the law. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Why? For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. Remember Psalm 96 and 5, for all the gods of the nations are idols. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. See? So the Most High is against, I repeat, interracial marriages. So, I mean, it's something that you have to take up with the Most High, because I didn't write it. So let's go to Genesis. We're going to deal with the sons of the Most High. Now, before we go there, let's go to Genesis. Yeah, let's go to Genesis 6th chapter. Let's get into it. It's getting late. Genesis 6th chapter. And let's look at this. It said, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. So men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and these daughters were born unto them, that the sons of the Most High saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair, meaning they were the daughters of these other nations, daughters of men, that they were fair, meaning they were beautiful, they're looking good. And they took them wives of all which they chose, right? So they seen the daughters of men of these other nations, and they took them, laid down with them, had sex with them, and they became their wives of all which they chose, right? These daughters of men, okay? It says, and the Most High said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. So he gave us a certain amount of time that we're not going to surpass. He said 120 years, that's it. Then he gave us another decree, going to be 70 years. And anything over that, you blessed, he's saying. So verse 4 said, there were giants in the earth in those days. So these giants didn't come from the sons of men, sons of the Most High, lying with no daughter. He already said there were giants in the land, in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of the Most High came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown, right? So, of old when the Most High created man, on the 5th day, all these other nations and so forth, they were mighty men of renown, of old. So if you got a mighty man, or you got giants in the earth, like he said, so these giants created what? Giant ladies. You got a midget go with a lady, get a lady that's 7'5", that's like a giant. He can still get it and still bring forth children. His children be giants like her, from the lineage of her daddy, or whoever her mama, whoever it is. Giants from men that are giants. He said, that's why he said giants were on the earth. So it says, that when the sons of the Most High came in unto the daughters of men. So we got to deal with these sons of the Most High. It's very important. First and foremost, we're going to find out when these sons of the Most High came about. Because they had to come by. You have to understand, these sons of the Most High had to happen before Genesis 6th chapter. So in the spirit, I hope you can see this, because it's a mystery. But I'm going to reveal it to you. Go to Genesis, the 4th chapter, and the 25th and 26th verse. Genesis, the 4th chapter, 25th and 26th verse. Now, mind you, Cain have killed Abel, and Cain been ran out of the lot. Cain been ran into the mountains of Nod. Right? Most High gave him leprosy, put that mark on him, gave him leprosy. His skin changing from brown to white, looking all crazy. And anybody mess with him gonna go 7-fold on them. So he done ran Cain away. So it's only Adam and Eve. So Genesis 4:25. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. So Adam and Eve had a son by the name of Seth. For the Most High said, she have appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. So this is Adam and Eve's son Seth being born replacing Abel. Verse 26 of Genesis, the 4th chapter. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son. So that you know, women had to be in the earth for Seth to bear a son, which they were. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. This is very key here. We're going to look at this. Then began men to call upon the name of the Most High. How? Most High, h.o.i. That's how they began to call on the name of the Most High. Because Mashiach told us with no New Testament, mind you, only the law and the prophets. He said in St. John 14:6, I am the way, show you how to follow the law, which is the truth, that's going to lead to everlasting life. And he said, no man cometh unto the Father but by me. Verse 13 says, you ask anything in my name, I will, not 13, but he said, if you ask anything in my name, I will do it, that the Father can be glorified in the Son. If you ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments. Okay, 13 or 15 of St. John 14th chapter. So here he's saying that when Seth had a son named Enos, then began men to call upon the name of the Most High. Then began men to call upon the Most High by h.o.i. in the name of the Lord and Savior. Because Mashiach is telling you this without any New Testament, to give you an understanding of what they've been doing. So now let's look at a perfect example. St. John 1, and we're going to look at verse 11 because that's where the churches like to go to say that why they're not, they don't want to be the Jews or Israelites and so forth. They don't read verse 12. So St. John 1 and 11 says, because we're looking at the sons of the Most High saw these daughters of men, that they were fair and beautiful, and they went into them, had sex with them. So St. John 1 and 10, so how to become sons of the Most High. Verse 11, he came unto his own, St. John, the 1st chapter, 11th verse. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. Right? He came into his own, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, and 2/3 of our people are not going to receive him then, and not going to receive him in the end. And his own received him not. That's his own people. But as many as received him, we know 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel are going to receive Mashiach Yahushua. To them gave he power. This is spiritual power. Anytime you see power, this is spiritual power to become the sons of the Most High. So let everybody tell you that the only sons of the Most High are these angels that fell down from heaven. That's a lie. You see it here. He's talking about no angels, he's talking about men. That he gave power to become the sons of the Most High. How? Even to them that believe on Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua, the name of the Lord and Savior. That's how we reach the Father. To receive the spiritual power from the Most High. See? It's many ways we're going to see this, but that's one way right there. So, let's go into it. Just a moment.